Welcome to the new lecture. In the previous lecture, we have discussed about the total participation and the partial participation. And in this lecture, and not only in this lecture, I have planned nearly 5 to 6 lectures on converting ER diagrams to tables or relations. So I have taken more than 5 lectures on this topic because these are the most important for any competitive examinations. And I'm sure that if you listen all those things, you can easily solve any problem and you can convert any ER diagram to relation, right? So I want to start it from the basic level. So let us start with how to convert an entity to a relation, right? So let's start with the strong entity set with simple attributes, right? So we have a strong entity set. Name is student. Why we call it as a strong? Because it have a primary key. If an entity have a primary key, then that particular entity is called as strong entity set. So student have an attribute called rule number, which we have underlined. It signifies it is a primary key, and also it have attributes name and age. So all these are simple attributes. We have discussed in our previous lectures what are the different types of attributes. So here in this case all are simple attributes. Now let us see how to convert this particular entity to a relation. So for this particular entity we require only one table, right? So our table name is what? Student, and it have 3 attributes. What are those? One is the rule number, and another is the name, and another is the age. So it is going to be our relation, right? This is going to be our relation, right? So if we have one entity, that particular entity we are going to convert into a relation, that is table. So what is the schema for it? So the schema for it is student. So we have 3 attributes: rule number, comma, name, comma, age. This is the schema for it. So this schema has a primary key rule as rule number. So we are going to underline the rule number. So this is the case of a single entity with simple attributes. Then this is the case how we have to convert it into a relation, right? Let us take the another case. So it is also a strong entity set, but here we have what? Composite attribute. So what is a composite attribute? If an attribute have more than one, right? One attributes, then we call it as a altogether we call them as a composite attributes, sub attributes, right? All the sub attributes we call this as a composite attribute. Now it is also a strong entity because it have a roll number as its primary key, right? Now in this case, when we have given the composite attribute, in that particular case also we require only one table. But the main important point is we are not going to take this particular name, right? For this student in a relation, we are going to take the rule number and then first name, middle name and last name. We are going to take the composite attribute, only the last attribute itself, but not the main attribute, right? So this is an important point here. So for this to convert into a relation, what are required? So this is just again we are going to draw the student relation. So for student relation we are going to have the rule number as the first column, and then see here we are going to omit this composite attribute, right? We are going to take all the sub attributes of this composite attributes. So what will be the first name and then middle name and last name, right? So we are going to have relation in this way. So this is the case of composite attribute, right? I think you have understood. So what is the schema for it? So the schema for it, student and then rule number. So rule number will be the primary key, comma. We are not going to take this name. We are going to take its sub attributes. So first name middle name, comma, last name. So this is the schema for what? Student. When we have composite attribute. So this is the second case, right? When we have simple attribute, also we require only one relation. When we have composite attribute, also we require one relation. But the difference is we are not going we are going to take the sub elements of these composite attributes. Let us take the other case. In the other case, we have a strong entity set with multi-valued attributes. See here, here we have an entity called student and it has the three attributes. One is the roll number, right? Another is the course and another is the mobile number. See here, roll number is the primary key, course and mobile number, which is a multi-valued, because there will be a situation for student having more than one mobiles, right? So what we have to do when we have a multi-valued attribute? So listen, when we have multi-valued attribute, we have to divide the relation into two relations. So whereas in the simple attribute and in the composite attribute, we have formed with a only single relation. But when it comes to the multi-valued attribute, we have to divide these particular relations into two relations, right? So one relation, we are going to have the primary key and the rest of other attributes other than the multi-valued, right? Other than multi-valued, we have course. Suppose there is another attribute, we can take that also in one relation. So in one relation, we are going to take a roll number and then course, right? Roll number and course. So it is going to be in one relation. Now if suppose it have any other attribute other than this multi-valued attribute, if it have any other simple attribute, that particular attribute is also going to come in this particular relation, right? So let us name, suppose if I'm named as relation 1, right? So if we have to take another relation, now in another relation we are going to have the primary key, roll number, and the another is the composite attribute, mobile number. It is going to be the relation R2, right? I think you are understood. What is the point is, the composite attribute should be the multi-valued attribute is going to be taken separately, right? So mobile number is what? Multi-valued attribute. It is the multi-valued attribute. This particular multi-valued attribute should be taken separately in a relation with the primary key. So what is the primary key? Roll number. So roll number have been taken here. Now it is going to have two, roll number course as one relation and roll number mobile name as the second relation. So the schema for it will be the R1 roll number comma course, right, and R2 roll number comma mobile number. And another important here is this is going to serve as the primary key, and here this particular roll number is going to serve as the foreign key. It is going to relate to this R1 relation, right? So it's an important point, and it is the case of multi-valued attribute. That is a multi-valued attribute. If we have multi-valued attribute, we have to divide into the two relations, right? Right. In the previous lecture, we have discussed about how to convert a relationship set into a relation, right? Before going to deep to the next topics, we have to discuss about the entity. Just let us see how a relationship is going to be converted. We are not taking any things here. We are not taking the cardinalities of participation. Just a simple case, how a relationship should be converted. We are just going to get a basic idea, right? So see here we have two entities and one relationship, and relationship has a descriptive attribute since. So we already know that this particular employee have employee number as the primary key and department as the department ID as the primary key, right? So we know that employee all these three are simple attributes, so all are going to be taken a single relation. That is, employee is going to have employee number employee name, comma, salary, right? It is going to be the one relation. And now this department is going to have department ID, comma, department name, right? So department name, so it's clarity. Now this relationship set is also going to have a relation. So what it contains, it contains the primary key of the two participating entities plus descriptive attribute. So now we are going to have a third relation called works in, and it is going to have the primary key of its participating entities. That is, one side is what we have, employee number, right? And this side for the department we have department ID, and then now it have a descriptive attribute since, so that is also going to take part in the relationship itself. So this is the case of general to solve a relationship, right? So here we have three relations. So this is a normal case. We have discussed about how to translate entity to a relation and also a relationship to a relation. Now in the coming lectures we are going to concentrate one by one with cardinality ratios, mapping cardinalities, right? That is, we are going to discuss about the one-to-one, how to convert when we have one-to-one relationship, and then in the next lecture we are going to discuss about the one-to-many, and then in the next lecture we are going to discuss about the many-to-many, and then some problems. So it's going to be a planned lecture series, and let us in the next lecture let us discuss about the one-to-one with the study case and with the how to solve those things, right? How to solve those problems, right? Please look over those lectures. Thank you.